Hello everyone, my name is Bailey and welcome to my business group presentation. And this business group presentation that I have joined was the Fountain City Business and Professionals Association. The location of the meeting was Beaverbrook Country Club, and the name of the group or primary organizer was Charlie Pratt. This meeting was held February 12th of 2025. This meeting was also in person, so I got to experience everything in person, which was super cool. Thoughts on the meeting and what I liked and what I didn't like, and whether I would consider returning. Overall, I really enjoyed the meeting and just how professional everyone was while everyone was there and to work and get their business out there. They were all extremely friendly and fun to be around. It made me learn that business is just not about dollars and cents. It is about human interaction and connection with others. I would definitely go back to this business association meeting. I learned a lot, and I learned that business is just not a building that says Pratt's Country Store on the front. It is about human connection, and it is about knowing the right people at the right time. The people I interacted with the most was actually Pratt's Country Store, the owner, Perry Pratt, and his son was actually the primary organizer of this whole business administration, Charlie Pratt. Perry Pratt is the owner of Pratt's Country Store, and he has owned that business for over 100 years. I think their 100-year anniversary was actually last June, so that's really cool. I also talked to Blackfoot, David Husky, Ben Boyle, and they are all higher-ups and owners of the small businesses that are there. It was very interesting to talk to them and learn from their experiences. And some business cards I collected was Southeast Bank, Pratt's Country Store, Fisher Auto Parts, and Lipari. Even though I had a great time, I did not like how long it was. It lasted around 3.5 hours. Also, the speakers were not introduced as well, so I got a little confused on who was talking. But it was overall very interesting, and the stories that were told throughout the night. For example, this man, he runs his own radio talk show, and so I could not catch his name because he wasn't properly introduced. But most of his stories was very interesting because people will go on his show and argue about the most random things in this small town. So, for example, people would ask him questions. So, during this presentation of this radio talk show, people would ask questions in the audience and obviously raise their hand and be proper, but they would ask why would people argue on the radio show if they don't know what they're talking about. I found it very interesting of all of his responses. They were all very professional. He seemed like a very professional man. Just the only dislike was I couldn't catch his name because the properly introduced was not there. Other than that, I would definitely go back because this whole association was just amazing with small business owners getting together. I would definitely return to the group because even though there were things I didn't like, it was very informative and nice to get to know other people and businesses. There are definitely things I can learn from them. For example, Pratt's Country Store. They have, again, owned their business for over 100 years, and I find that so amazing because anymore it is very hard to find a business to stick to. I found very interesting about this whole meeting was there was a winner of the whole night. It was Fountain City Business Professional Man or Woman of the Year, and the winner of the night was Charlie Pratt. And I found that very interesting how yearly they choose a different winner of who had the most successful businesses or small meetings or anything like that throughout the year. The one thing I really learned throughout this whole presentation was that these small businesses would have not been able to stay in business without the relationships that they have built over the years of different small businesses. For example, Yoder's Farm is very connected to Pratt's Country Store. Yoder's Farm has business with Pratt's Country Store by selling them different kinds of foods such as butter, biscuits, bagels, all that fun stuff. And if Pratt's Country Store did not have Yoder's business, then Pat's Country Store might not be here, or if Yoder's didn't have Pat's Country Store business, they might not be here. It was very interesting to see how everything is just connected Tennessee statewide and also worldwide, and I definitely recommend going to another business association meeting, especially with the Fountain City meeting. Thank you. I hope y'all have a great day.